So today we're going to work on a bit of twisting of the spine, but after whoever did yesterday's class, we did a lot of hips. So we're just going to just work through that area a little bit before we twist. So we'll just ease our way into twisting. Particularly now the weather's getting cold, twisting the spine, we've really got to get our hips open a little bit, our lower back stretched, and hamstrings a little bit stretched as well, so we can get deeper into the twists. So that's what we're going to work on. So the first pose is just from here. This is one of the poses that I used to dread every time it used to come in, but it gets easier. And it looks like a simple pose, but just a fold from Sukhasana. Okay, so we're just in this position and we're just folding forward. So if you need anything in front of you, make sure you get it. I always used to like a cushion in front of me and just fold this way. That's how I always eased into it. But eventually you can sort of get yourself down, and even this is good enough, just having your hands on the floor and getting that bend, because we're opening the hips and stretching through the lower back. Okay. If it does get a bit too much, you can go into child's pose. Okay, so child's pose is a little bit more comfortable. So just work your way into the pose and then just work into the breath. So in this pose, we're going to start really focusing on the breath. So that's the focus of the first pose. Get into it where the best you can, and then start focusing on that deep inhale, long, slow exhale. But work on the inhales first. We're working on deepening that inhale. Beautiful. So it's 3 minutes in this pose. Such a simple pose, but so effective. So now focus on getting the exhale coming out slow. So just a nice slow exhale. So just releasing the air slower. Just focus on that. We're over halfway through. And then just by focusing on these two separately, they should work well together. You should be having the deeper inhale now. Exhale, just work on the exhale. The last 40 seconds. And release. So slowly come up, and we're going to move straight into the second pose. Well, almost. We're going to transition towards it, and we're just going to come into some cat-cows. So just come onto all fours and then just move through 6 or 7 cat-cows, maybe 8 or 9. Just nice and slow. This is really helpful to getting the spine ready for twists. We're not doing a great deal of twists, but some deep ones we're doing. So. Okay, and then come back to a neutral position. And we're going to bring our left foot forward. So we're coming into the lunge position. So we're going to be here for a little while. So if you need something under your knee, I'll put something under your knee now to get that little bit more comfort. And we want to bring the knee back. So I'm going to show you side on. So there's a difference between the pose being like this and bringing that knee back. So you want to bring that knee back because you want to feel the stretch in here as well. So bring the knee back there. And so the first part of this pose is 3 parts to it. So the first part is coming down. So push the knee away first. That's going to stretch, feel the stretch there. You can either just come down onto your knees or work down to the floor. You can even have like a bolster or a cushion down here and just work your way down. And that'll get deeper into the left side. Okay, so but just feel how your body is. I'm really tight today. So I'm just going to get to this position today. Normally I can get down deeper, but I'm just going to work into this position. So just feel that stretch to the main stretch. You want to feel this. Okay, so make sure you adjust yourself for that. Everything after that is a bonus, whatever you feel stretching. This is a deep stretch for the long muscles in the hip flexors. So getting to the breath, you'll start feeling the opening up. So now I'm starting to open up after a minute, starting to work my way down. But I didn't think I could get there today. But the breath is what's getting me there. So normally I can slide my foot right out, but today I can't. So I'm not even going to attempt it. And that's just the listening to the body. Just listen to where you are. So when you're ready, slowly work your way up. Get yourself comfortable in this position now, because we're going to do 2 different parts of this for a minute each. So the first part is right hand down and place the left hand on the front on. We've done this before, but right hand down, place the left hand on the inside of the left knee and then twisting. So we're trying to stack the shoulders. We want the shoulders to come around and be in line with each other and twist. So you should feel that spine twist, just a nice spine twist. And just rest your hand wherever you need to rest it. You can rest your arm on the leg if you like. And if that's too much, you can come up and twist this way. Okay, so this is a nice twist as well. So whichever one you decide, I like this one a lot more sometimes. So just be as comfortable as you can. And probably, Mary, you're going to have to, for the other side, is twist this way. So you haven't got your hand down on the floor. So just get into it the best you can. And all we're trying to feel is the spine twisting. Okay, so that's all we're trying to feel. You're going to feel it in the hip flexor as well. So this should be starting to build up a little bit of heat as well in the body. You start feeling the furnace starting to work, the Agni. Then when you're ready, slowly come up. Just pause that. And then we're going to twist this way. So the easiest way to do it is you can either bring your left hand on the floor, right hand behind and twist, or elbow on the knee and twist. Whichever way you go, it's just a short twist. So nothing too deep, just a shallow twist you just want to feel. So it's either hand down and twist, or hand or elbow on the knee and twist. You can feel what we're doing. We're just moving the hips both ways just to get used to it. So we opened up through the front way. So now we're twisting both ways. And you should still feel that in the left hip flexor as well. So you can even push the knee away a little bit. And when you're ready, slowly come out. Bring the hands down. We're just going to swap knees. And then come into the first one. So the first one, get that left knee set so you're feeling the stretch down that left hip flexor. Then push that right knee away. That's going to lengthen the lower spine by doing that. And then move into your position, either this, or coming all the way down, or having the bolster in front of you. Just find that place. I'm a lot looser on this side, so I can go a little bit deeper. So it's good. So these poses are just preparing us. The next two poses are preparing, this one and the next one, just preparing us for the remainder of the class, basically. So. Okay, when you're ready, come up slowly. And so this is the twisting one. And just check, compared to the other side, it's always different. So left hand on the floor, push the right hand away. That's one way. Or coming up onto the knee, bringing the left arm over and twisting that way. Okay, so you're getting a good twist either way. Just depends what you're comfortable with. Sometimes this one down here is a little bit a little bit deep on that left hip flexor. If you want to take the pressure off the left hip flexor, just come up and twist that way. You should just be feeling that twist in the spine. That's all we're after. Obviously, we're opening up through the hip flexor as well. So just 20 seconds to go. And then when you're ready, come into the other twist, which is right hand down. Bring the left hand behind, twist that way, or stay up on the thigh and twist. Just feel that left hip coming back and over. And that's what we're trying to achieve. It's just twisting that hip around. So this sort of pose teaches you how to get in Trikonasana as well. It's a pose that they use in yoga teacher training to get you to start learning how to twist the pelvis and just utilize the pelvis to get into the poses. So you should feel the twist in the pelvis with the right hip coming around and the left hip wanting to go back over the back. So you're almost trying to level them up, stack them. Then when you're ready, release. You're going to flip yourself over and come into the next pose, which is just supported bridge. Okay, so the legs are going to be out nice and long. You just want to place something under your back, whatever you normally place. And then supported bridge. I'm going to go a little bit higher today. So remember, go to how you feel. Then just go through all the basics of this pose. So feel the lower back, feel how it feels. You don't want to feel any pain. If you do feel some deep discomfort, just bend the legs up and slowly work them straight. We want to bring shoulder blades together, chin to the chest. And just relax the arms out wide. So now we're getting that deep stretch in the lower back, but the lengthening through the spine, which we're really after. And then just connect to that breath again. The last pose we're in, it's really difficult to keep that connection with the breath, with the twisting. This one here, we go back to it. Relaxing breath. Beautiful. Just go back to the breath. We've only got 20 seconds to go. So you should start to feel now those hips. Just once we come out of this, you'll start feeling that sensation in the hips. We've really, really just worked on that pelvic region. So you should feel something happening there, positively that is. So slowly come out of this, and then we're going to have a good minute and 20 seconds actually in Shavasana. We haven't had one yet, so we're just going to give those hips a really nice rest. Just enjoy the stillness in Shavasana. It's the most important part of Shavasana. It's a really, really hard pose because we need to stay mentally and physically still. We're not taught ever to stay mentally and physically still. Even though it's our nature, it comes natural to us, conditioned otherwise. So this is about stripping back that conditioning and just understanding that being still in the mind and physically is a good thing. It's a positive thing for the body and the mind. Just feel the breath. It's always nice in Shavasana to feel the prana, feel what it's doing to the body. So now when you're ready, we're going to come out of this, but if your strap's close by, just reach for your strap. If it's not, grab your strap. I should have said that before to make it easier. So grabbing your strap, and we're going to come into hammock pose. Hammock pose is really important for this next lot of poses. So hammock pose you can hold, as I said before, you can hold it. You can place it behind your head if that's available to you, or you can bring it around the body as well, which is underneath the shoulders. That's if you want to get a little bit deeper into it. So whichever one's comfortable for you, just move into that. But if you're holding it, make sure that you're keeping that tension there to get the stretch. This is an important part to open up the blood flow to the hamstrings. And you'll just find by having the hips open, the lower back stretched like we've done, and then opening through the hamstrings, you'll get into the twists a lot easier. Also something to focus on, we don't focus too much on anything below the knee when we're in these poses, but this pose is really good for the calf muscles, so the two muscles behind the shin bone. And to get into those, we need to push the heel away. Okay, so we've got to push that heel away and bring the toes towards the shins, which is called dorsiflexion. So we're trying to flex the foot. And then that's going to stretch in through the Achilles and through dorsiflexion, it's the soleus muscle. And then after you've stretched that for a while, you can push the toes to face upwards and do plantar flexion, and you'll feel the difference in the stretch. You're going to stretch the front of the foot, front of the ankle, and you're bringing the other muscle, which I can't remember the name of it now, into play. So you can go backwards and forwards if you want to really work in that area. So if you're ever stiff in that area, this is a really good pose to do. Or if you just want to work on the hamstring, just work on the hamstring. That's your options there. To dig a little bit deeper. So if you do any sort of jogging, looking after the lower part is really good. So make sure you do the dorsiflexion and plantar flexion pose. So last 30 seconds on this side. And when you're ready, we're just going to switch feet. Just to switch the strap over. Relax that right leg down. And adjust yourself for the other side. And then go back to the breath and work your way into feeling the stretch, the depth of the stretch. And then just breathing into those tight areas. Again, you can work the dorsiflexion or plantar flexion pose if you like. So focus on the breath and just play around a little bit with the breath. If you haven't already, is just to work on feeling how deep you can get in. Just so with an inhale, just push the foot away, and then exhale, just lean back more, so get deeper into the pose. Inhale, push the foot away, and then exhale, getting deeper into the pose. And that's slowly going to bring that leg back towards the body. Just a minute to go, or under a minute, 45 seconds. So last 10 seconds, so just come into it as deep as you can go. It'll just set the muscle memory for next time. And release. Coming into Shavasana, just releasing that left leg down. And just enjoy that blood flow going through. Then when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. And we're going to roll up to a seated position. Have the strap close by. We're going to use it now. And we're going to do Janu Shavasana, but the twisted version. So it's only a slight twist compared to what we normally do. So bring the left leg out, but place it to the side of the body. So basically, the right foot comes up and just bring the left leg out sideways, so away from the body there. And don't go too far. You don't want to go too far and twist too far. Then bring the strap over. And then we're pulling on the strap. So you're going to find this a little bit more difficult to get the stomach to the thigh, because what we're doing is lengthening, twisting, and then coming down. Okay, so pull on the strap, lengthen, chin away from the chest, twist, and then come down. It's the same deal. We just got to work the stomach to the thigh. If you haven't got that yet, just continually work that. Push the heel away from the body, the toes towards the shins as much as you can do. If you need to have a bent knee, make sure you bend the knee a little bit. Have that bent knee. That's going to engage the hamstrings. And just pull. If you've got the stomach to the thigh, it's the same deal, head to knee. So you work the chin towards the chest, bring the forehead to the knee. Okay, so the difference with this Janu Shavasana compared to the one we've been doing the last couple of weeks is we're getting the twist in the hips and the twist in the spine, as well as lengthening through the back. And that right knee, it's going to come up a little bit more because we're twisting, but you work it towards the floor. If it's a bit of a pain, you can put a block under it or the bolster under it. I like putting a block under it, and I could push my leg down into it. Keep working with the breath. And just know it doesn't matter how far you're into this pose, you're getting so much out of it. And eventually, this is the type of pose where eventually, once you move through a certain progression, so stomach to the thighs, everything comes, starts getting there a lot quicker. Although it hurts, it gets there. There's not one part of this pose that isn't difficult to get to the stage. So, but a really important pose. If we think about most of our day, we're actually compressing everything down. So these sorts of poses are lengthening through the body. So we're just really opening up, giving ourselves some length, some space. Just continually just work that stomach to the thigh and work the chin towards the chest if the stomach is on the thigh. Work the knee, the head to the knee. We've got 30 seconds to go, so you should be in a nice and deep, probably the deepest you'll go today. It's the last 25 seconds. Push that left heel away and bring the toes towards the shins. And just feel the difference there in that stretch. And then slowly work your way up. Moving to the other side, so stretch that right leg out. Just bring it out as wide as you think you can go. Bring that left foot to the inside of the thigh. So get yourself ready and set there. Then the strap. With the strap, come down as far as you can go. Pull, lengthen, chin away from the chest, twist, and then come down. And then work with the breath. So if the strap ever gets too much in the hands, because sometimes we'll cramp a bit in the hands from just using the strap, always just release the strap and just give in to where you are. Okay, so just come down and then slowly push the body forward. But take that tension off the wrists and take the tension off the hands. You're still going to get the stretch there, but just go back to it when you're ready. So you're halfway through. Just continually work with the breath. 45 seconds to go. So last 20 seconds, just get in as deep as you can go. And then slowly work your way up. Coming into Shavasana, getting a good rest. The next pose is a deep twist as well. So just allowing the blood to flow through. As you start feeling more open now, I'm starting to feel it. Just the tightness is slowly going. There's different sensation around the hips and the lower back. And when you're ready, just bring the knees into the chest. And then rolling up to a seated position. So we're just going to come into a twist in this way. So we're going to bring the left, I was just trying to think of the name of it, I've just got a blank. So the left foot comes under the right buttocks, and then just cross that right heel, that right foot over the left knee. And so just then we're in this position here. And what we're going to do is twist from this position. So we just bring the left arm around. Probably best to show you this way. Have a block behind you if you like, or something, a cushion, because what you're going to do is just prop yourself up. You can come to the floor here, but sometimes, you know, see how you go. But I like to have a block if I'm going to stay there for a bit of time. And then twist. Okay, I don't want you to come too deep where you're feeling it too awkward. But we want to twist at you want to feel it at the hips. So you want to feel that stomach coming around and the chest coming around. Okay, so this is a really awkward sort of a twist, so we're not in it for 3 minutes. We're in it for half the time. So just going to set that. So always don't be afraid to use props behind you, in front of you, on whatever you need them for. Because you'll find, like in this, if you've got a block behind you, you can actually get that spine a lot straighter. If you haven't, it's still okay. I usually come up on my fingertips. But it's a deep one. And just feel the breath. Feel how that's changed. So it's your job now to slow that down. So just think you feel that heat coming through the body. The breath is becoming short, sharp when you twist. So we're really setting the adrenals up, so the adrenals start flooding us. So then if we just purposely, consciously slow that breath down, we all know how to do it now. You just feel the relaxation of the body. And the mind starts relaxing. And all of a sudden you can get deeper into the twist as your mind stays relaxed. So that's why the breath is just so important in yoga. Slowly coming out really slow. Take your time. And take your time to move to the other side. So this time we're bending the right knee, bringing the left foot over. Again, have something behind you if you need it. Lengthen through the spine, always lengthen through that spine, and then bring the arm over. And then work to where you need to work to. There's a few different ways you can do it, getting comfortable. The ultimate way is to push that knee away and twist. If that's too much, just wrap the elbow around and twist. And then start slowing that breath down. Pose that I could never stand doing. And when I started yoga, we used to do it in every class, at the end of every class. And I couldn't breathe. Stomach felt like it was always in the way. And I'd see people twisting next to me and think, how do they do that? How do they stay in it? I still don't like the pose, but it's pretty vital. Working those hips and working the spine and teaching yourself how to breathe. Eventually you can just look over that left shoulder if you like. You don't have to in this particular pose because we're holding it for quite some time. So the last 20 seconds. Slowly coming out of the pose. Laying on your back in Shavasana. And then just relax. Again, you're going to feel that. I'm feeling it really different in the hips. So also twisting that deep as well. We're massaging the abdominal organs, which is really good for digestion. And when you're ready, bend the knees up, have a squeeze, roll up to a seated position. And we're going to come into another deep twist and then a nice twist to finish off with. So this one is seated gait, and I've been meaning to do this, break it down, but I just haven't had the time of working on this course that we're doing. So seated gait. So best way to get into this is start with bending your right knee, just like we did before, but not underneath the buttocks, obviously, and then the left leg out. So the important part about this is to go to the pose where you need to go to, okay? So never ever force yourself in this pose. So you've got the strap close to you. You may have a block as well, and the block will help you just twist this way. I might do it this way for you. If you've got the block, you can place it behind you and then twist in that way. So that's all you need in this pose. You don't have to go any further. But if you want to go further, you can bring that left hand to the knee and lengthen through the spine. So it's just going to continually teach you to lengthen as you're pushing the seat bones down. Okay, so that's a good place to be. But if you're there and you're quite comfortable, seat bones are on the floor, that's when you come into the full pose. Okay, you can have the strap around there if you like, so you can reach for it, or just come over into the full pose this way. But just go in stages, move through the pose as you're ready, as your body's ready. Some days you're going to be more ready than others. If you've got the strap down here and you want it to go over the top, just make sure you grab the strap first and then reach over and come over the top. But just remember, you don't have to get into it too fast. It's the twist we're after. It's the twisting of those hips that we're after. Anything else is just a bonus. If you are leaning over and you've got the strap or you've got your foot, the idea is to open up the chest like a flower petal blooming. Okay, so we just slowly start opening up that chest by bringing the right shoulder back. And you'll feel the stretch to the entire side of the body through the hamstring. You can pull those toes back and feel it into the Achilles, into the calves. Beautiful, that's good. So 2 minutes in this is quite a long time. You've got 10 seconds to go on this side. Then slowly come out of the pose. And you'll feel that stretch. I can feel it right on the seat bones. It's a deep stretch. So this time bring the left leg under, the right leg out as wide as you can go. Always set yourself up for the twist first, so never just come into this pose straight away. Always twist. Set yourself up this way, push and twist. And then that's going to just release, engage the muscles, what you need to engage, and then work your way into it if you want to come into it. This way, stay in the twist, or coming over. With the strap or without the strap. So if you've got the strap, you want to grab the strap first with that top hand and then come down. But just remember this twist here is good enough. You're getting that really good opening there. The twisting of the hips, the twisting of the chest and the spine. So don't rush to progress too quickly. Last 40 seconds. Just remember and breathe. Don't lose the focus on the breath. Last 10 seconds. Slowly coming out of the pose. And what we're going to do from here is come into the final pose for just a minute and a half each side. So we'll come into deer pose, so twisted deer. So just bring that left foot around, so it was bent the other way, so bring it around. Shin to face the front, right knee up against the left foot, or if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, bring it away. And then we're twisting to the left. So bring your bolster to the left. Lengthen through the spine, twist, and then come down. Always do it in that order. This is a nice way to finish the twisting of the spine moves. So again, just slow that breath down. It's obviously not as intense as the last twist, but we're still twisting. We're still moving those abdominal organs, still squeezing them, massaging them. So if you've had a bit of digestive issues leading up to this class, this should fix it anyway. So if you haven't, it'll just regulate everything. So it's a really nice set of twisting poses that'll get deep into the abdominals. And when you're ready, slowly coming up, switching to the other side, and into the final pose before Shavasana. And then lengthen, twist, and then come down. So if you didn't do yesterday's class at all, the replay's there, and if you have an hour today and you do that at some stage today with this class combined, your hips will just feel absolutely amazing. So it's an option there, or you can do it tomorrow or whatever, but with these two classes in a row, what we've just done, you'll just feel awesome in the hips. Plenty of energy today from this class, so you get a lot of build up of energy. So a really good thing to do after this sort of class is go for a walk. Walking is awesome for cardio. It's probably one of our best cardio exercises, is a good walk. So when you're ready, slowly come out of the pose. I'm going to move straight into the final pose, Shavasana. So stretching through those hips, stretching through the legs, and just allowing everything now to settle, relax. And then just focus on your breath. So the minute you get as calm as possible and relaxed and still, just focus on that inhale through the nose and the exhale through the nose. Just feel the air. That's what we're here to do now. Just feel the air. Feel it running up the sides of the nostrils. And what I want you to do is just take the focus to your big toes, both big toes at once. So just visualize them. Feel the sensations in the toes. So now just focus on the right big toe. Now focus on the entire foot, the right foot. Feel the sensation in the right foot. Then switch your focus to the left big toe. Now the entire left foot. Now focus on both feet and just feel, imagine, feel the feet. Visualize and feel the feet. Now come all the way back up the body to the breath in the nostrils again. Feel that air coming through. And now just roll the eyes up to Chitta, so that place behind the forehead, the dark space. Roll up the eyes as far as you can go without causing any tension. And just look at that space. Just enjoy the calmness there. Then relax the eyes and take your awareness to the belly button. And just feel the belly button rise and fall. And just relax and go back to the nostrils and the breath. Just know when you get a little bit overwhelmed or a bit stressed, anxious, depressed, whatever emotion that we take on, whatever state of mind that we take on, if you need to defocus from that, the breath is the way to do it, or going into Chitta Kasha is the way to do it. When you move into Chitta Kasha, when you move those eyeballs upwards to focus on the center of the eyebrows, you can't connect to any other energy. So nothing comes to mind. So just do that once more. Just roll the eyes up, look at Chitta Kasha. There's no thought process there. There's no emotion. You go beyond the physical realm when you're in that space. So when you're ready, just relax the eyes again. Just become aware of the natural breath. Become aware of how relaxed physically you are. Become aware of the calmness mentally. And then give yourself a heap of praise for getting on the mat this morning. Could have been hundreds of other things that you could have chosen. To give yourself this time for the hour, just give yourself a lot of praise for that. And then just pick someone in how often you see them, and just send a gratitude to that person. And then when you're ready, start wiggling the toes and the fingers. And then working your way to the right hand side, just take a breath. And then working up to Sukhasana, comfortable seated pose. And when you're in Sukhasana, just feel the difference from when you first got in Sukhasana at the beginning of the class, and bring your hands into prayer position, roll the shoulder blades together, sternum up, and take a breath. Just feel the difference. And now I feel massively different now in the hips. So thank you all for coming this morning onto the class and allow me to take you through the class, and I hope you all feel amazing during the day from the class. So have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste.